So everybody together to do the breathing meditation. Focus your mind on your breath. And feel very happy to able to breathe today. We still alive. Many sentient beings, particularly so many human beings died last year, last month, last week, yesterday, this morning, before we start our class. So we are still able to breathe, able to see Buddha. Therefore, we should feel very happy and very fortunate. This kind of opportunity won't come again and again. Also, we never know what happened for tomorrow, which one come first, tomorrow or death. Therefore, please meditate on impermanence and death. The death will come, definitely will come for everybody, comes anytime. If we only attach our daily activities with the samsari things, then the moment of the death, we will have a lot of difficulties, a lot of disappointments, a lot of fears, lot of scares due to have a strong attachment towards only this life, only our friends and relatives, only our belongings. Therefore, we should think, I'm so fortunate to be able to wake up this morning, have a great opportunity to study, practice Dharma, to benefit for my this life, benefiting for my next life, after next life, all the way to Buddhahood. Therefore, whatever time I have, whatever energy I have, the timing, the energy I should use for meaningful, have a meaningful life. If you only survive, only benefit for yourself, only few people around you, your life not be very meaningful. If you only put effort to have only the samsari happiness, then your life not be very meaningful. Therefore, we should think, whatever I do benefit for myself, my relatives and friends, all sentient beings as well. In order to benefit all sentient beings, first, we have to be ourselves free from sufferings. We ourselves have to be the enlightened being, the fully enlightened being. Then we can benefit for all sentient beings, include the lower beings, include the animal beings, the hungry beings. Therefore, please visualize, face your face towards the Buddha. Visualize Buddha Shakyamuni and his teachings. Also, the Sangha, the practitioner who purely follow the Buddha teachings. These three things, the Buddha, his teaching, and the practitioner who follow purely Buddha teaching, those are the refuge for us free from suffering, for us able to achieve the enlightened state, fully the enlightened state, Buddhahood. Within the visualizing the Buddha Shakyamuni and his teachings, the practitioner, please do 3 times prostration to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha as refuge. And 3 times take refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until we become a Buddha, until we fully free from sufferings. Please visualize Buddha Shakyamuni according to the picture which is we use for few classes. And remember, it's teaching for happiness for this life, happiness for next life, happiness for forever. Particularly, remember the teaching about the 10 virtuous actions. And have a strong commitments not to engage into the 10 non-virtuous actions. Always practice the virtuous action. First, not killing any human beings, any sentient beings. If you killed someone and somebody in this lifetime, your life become shorter, and next life you will have a very short life. Even though you live long life, the life have a lot of miseries, sickness and disease. Not stealings, things from others. If you steal things from others, you destroy their well-being, and this lifetime, your life not going to increase. Next life, you will always shortage with your well-being. Not having any sexual misconduct. As a lay person, it's much better, much safer to have only a relationship with your wife and husband, and only the chosen life partner, your chosen partner. If you have a physical relationship with many people, it causes a lot of problems, cause a lot of sufferings. Many people, they change their life partner for very often because they don't realize the physical happiness has always limitation. Therefore, please have a strong commitments, not going to engage anymore with the non-10 virtues. Always engage, practice the virtues actions. The non-10 virtues actions rooted by the poison minds, which is ignorance, attachment, hatred, and or anger. Please contemplate the disadvantage of the ignorance, attachment, anger, or hatred. Please meditate on the 12 links dependent arisings step by step. Ignorance ceased, the volitions and karma going to cease. The volition or karmas going to ceased, then the consciousness, the samsaric, the contaminated consciousness going to cease. When the karma, the contaminated consciousness ceased, then name and fame forms going to cease. When the name and form ceased, then the six sense sources going to cease. The six sense sources ceased, then contact going to cease. When the six senses source contact ceased, then feeling going to cease. The pleasant, unpleasant, the neutral feeling. Then all the way to birth going to cease. If there's no more birth, then no aging, no death. Then we free from the samsara, particularly the truth of the samsara, the physical body. Ignorance can be ceased if we practice the pure path, the sevenfold path. Among the seven, the first one, the right view. When we have the right view, when we realize the truth, nature of the phenomena, then we're going to stop arising ignorance. When the ignorance stops, the rest of the 11 dependent, 11 link of the dependent going to stop. When we practice the sevenfold path of the Noble One, then we're going to achieve the cessation. Therefore, every day we need to meditate on the Four Noble Truths. The truth of the origin of sufferings, the truth of the sufferings, the truth of the path to lead to the cessation which is going to achieve through the path to the cessations, the Four Noble Truths. If we only practice the right view, the 10 virtuous actions, renunciation, based on taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, then we will only achieve Nirvana, free from the suffering, the origin of sufferings. We're not going to achieve the fully enlightened state, which is the Buddhahood. If you wish to be Buddha, wish to achieve the Buddhahood, fully enlightened state, we need to practice bodhicitta. Therefore, please continuously visualize Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Generate the bodhicitta. bodhicitta we need to generate. I think better to use the commentary on the awakening mind. The stanza from the commentary on the awakening mind, it says, just as the blessed Buddhas and the great Bodhisattvas have generated the mind of a great awakening, I too shall, from now until I arrive the heart of the awakening, generate the awakening mind, in order to that I may save those who are not safe, free those who are not free, relieve those who are not relieved, and help thoroughly the transcendent sorrow those who have not thoroughly transcendent sorrow. Means I wish to be Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Please cultivate bodhicitta, a mind which is wished to be Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Thank you. So today, we have gone through the meditation combined with the Four Noble Truths, trailing interdependence based on taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and the 10 virtuous actions. So this practice is very complete practice. If you only practice taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and practice the 10 virtuous action, this we call the path lead to the higher realms. The path is lead you to free from the lower realms. Also, many people think practicing the 10 virtuous action is too simple. I want to practice higher than that. Actually, if you've gone through this one by one, it is not easy at all, only practicing the 10 virtuous actions. For killing, we are talking about killing living beings. Also, we able to stop killing human beings. Many people don't want to kill human beings. There's two reasons. Either they are very afraid going to go through the investigation. Finally, you need to go to prison for many years. Therefore, you don't want to kill any human beings. Second, many people, stop to killing human beings because they realize others are also same as me. If somebody kill me, it really hurt for my relatives. Therefore, killing human is not good. But many people, they don't care killing sentient beings, other like a fish crabs, lobster, this thing. Also, many of you totally stop, also totally, stop to taking the non-veg food. That means you are, quite away from the killing. Still, every day we take kind of antibiotic. The antibiotic also kills millions of germs or virus in our body. Also, when we take shower, we use hot water. We use all kinds of soap. It also kills, many sentient beings. Also, when the water from your bathroom, the hot water from your bathroom, from your kitchen, is go in the toilet sink, through in the pipe, in the toilet, like a sink or the, underground. There are billions of, like sentient beings. They're also dying because of the hot water, because of the, like a soap, because of the high, detergent things. Also, totally stopping killing is not easy at all. Then stealing. We're not really, directly taking somebody, belongings. Most of us, we totally stop stealing things from others. But so when we have a job, also we try to take over the position, take over the job, try to have a more, like a money with a deceived mind. Also is kind of part of stealing. Therefore, we really need to practice the 10 virtuous actions as a foundation. When you're able to practice the 10 virtuous actions, you're applying the antidotes of anger, attachment, desire, not ignorance. Then when you take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, then you are trying to go beyond the just ordinary person. The average ordinary person, they always indulge with a samsaric thing, that they are not able to seek refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That means you are, become a bit better than the average human beings, average people. Plus, taking refuge, practice the 10 virtues action seriously, and contemplate, meditate on the Four Noble Truths, particularly the truth of suffering, the origin of sufferings. Then you will able to generate, able to practice renunciation. And these practices, taking refuge, practicing 10 virtuous actions, practicing renunciation, then this practice leads you to achieve the cessation, nirvana, free from samsara, free from suffering. Plus means now 2 plus. Taking refuge, practice 10 virtuous action, plus renunciation, plus bodhicitta. So when you practice bodhicitta, then you will become a Buddha. So when I say, also when many masters say, if you practice this, you're going to achieve Buddhahood, you're going to achieve liberation, you will always born into higher realms. These are not story, not telling you a story. This is the fact. This is the real. Because all this teaching taught you based on logics and reasonings. Because if you always practice 10 virtuous action, that means you stop killing, you stop stealing, you totally stop lying, totally stop having sexual misconduct. And this lifetime, you can see the person who practice the killing, not stealing, not lying, not having any sexual misconduct. You can see this person is very nice person in the society, very nice person in your family. If you have a beautiful, nice condition today, you will have a better condition tomorrow. If you have a good condition, good practice this life, then you can have a good condition for next life. This is what we call the law of causality. The law is a natural law. For example, the fire nature is hot. When you touch it, it burns your hand. The fire is naturally, the nature is hotness. The hotness is nature, is not really invented by Buddha and so and so. Then practicing renunciation. It also is a logical, is a truth. For example, you can see some of your friends always have a strong attachment with the family. Always only attached in Singapore. The person always stays in the family with the family, always lives in Singapore. The person don't want to leave Singapore, don't want to go out of Singapore because the mind is so strongly attached with the Singapore. Somebody asks the person go to Malaysia, Indonesia, Europe, America. That person don't want to go because his mind, the person mind is so strongly attached with the Singapore. So like us, our mind very much attached with the samsaric thing, samsaric happiness, samsaric pleasant. So due to this attachment, we cannot go beyond the samsara. We cannot be free from the samsara because our mind is strongly attached to the samsaric happiness, the samsaric pleasant. This is you can see it's a logics. It's a logical, it has a good reason. Then, if you practice bodhicitta, you can say you can be a Buddha. How I can be Buddha if I practice bodhicitta? Because when you practice great compassion, pure compassion for one day, you just practice compassion, love only for one day for everybody. You feel one day you are very happy, very peaceful. Nobody can disturb you. Also, your friends and relatives can see you. Oh, today, he or she is very nice, very happy, very calm. The calmness, the happiness, mainly you have due to practice of compassion. Compassion. So if you practice love and compassion for 1 year, for the 1 year, you can be very happy, very peaceful person, very content person. Nobody can disturb you. Also, everybody realize, oh, my friend, when he or she, somehow he or she becomes very peaceful, very happy, very content. Anything cannot disturb. cannot disturb by environment, cannot disturb by emotions, cannot disturb by your friends and relatives, because your mind is very calm, very peaceful because of compassion. Then, when you take the responsibility to happy all sentient beings, that means you are, became a king of all sentient beings. That means you are very ordinary, very simple person. You don't have a lot of monies. You don't have a big house and very expensive car, expensive watch and jewelry. But mentally, you became a king of the samsaric beings. When you woke up early morning, you despite your own happiness, you despite your sacrifice your own happiness, you only focus. Your focus is only to benefit all sentient beings. That means you are become a king of the samsara, this life. Then this kind of experience, the habits, the habituation, next life, also you have this kind of great compassion. So then within short time, you're able to accumulate a great amount of two kinds of merits. These two merits lead you to Buddhahood, the omniscient mind, who has an omniscient mind. So therefore, today, at the beginning of our class, so I tried to explain you how we should practice the three paths together within one day. Also, I try to explain the benefit of these practices. And please, everybody should not have just unrealistic mind, which is you don't practice the foundation like a renunciation, great compassion, bodhicitta, 10 virtues action. Still, you want to practice the higher tantrayana. You want to practice pova. You want to practice chur. This is, we can say, just your in kind of very delusion mind. Your mind is totally delusion because you don't have a foundation. Like a person don't have money in hand, don't have money in bank. The person always have a strong desire to have start big, the multi-million business. The way of thinking is wrong. How the person can have a multi-million business without having any money? And how you can practice, like a chur, pova, without having great compassion? Then one person has a lot of money, billions of dollars they have here. The person has billions of dollars, but the person is not intelligent. The person doesn't have a wisdom and intelligence. This person cannot have a big business because no intelligence. If you practice only compassion, love, bodhicitta, not wisdom, you cannot be Buddha. Therefore, the practice is very simple. The Buddha teachings teach us practice dharma. It's very simple. Due to a lot of misunderstanding, due to not analyzing the truth, so we have been doing so many different kinds of practice without having this foundation. So therefore today, actually if you have this book, you can see not now. So today we talk a little bit about the impermanence. monks, four things are appealing, pleasant, and highly appreciated everyone. What are those four? Buddha says four things are appealing, mean very wonderful, very nice. Like a single out, mean very important. Then consider valuable, is a lot of value, valuable, and pleasant, highly appreciated. What are the four? Four. Number one, good health. Good health. You have a good health. Number two, youthful. Number one, good health. Number two, youth or youthful. Number four, prosperity. Right? Prosperity. Number three is number one, good health. Number two, youthful. Number three, prosperity. Then number four, life, long life, healthy life. Please remember the fourth, good health. Yes, everybody wish to have a good health, try to have a good health. Number two, youth. Everybody always try to be very youthful, looks very young. That's why we have been doing a lot of exercising, yogas, eating, very particular food, particularly always try to eat organic food. Therefore, youth is number two. Then, prosperity. Since you start your schooling, start your school, since you start school, your parents, I think, told you, you need to go to school, study well, then go to high school, then pre-college, then college and university, then master degree. In order to have a prosperity, in order to have a good wealth. Since we have been focusing for prosperity, then life, long life. Number four is the long life. Everybody, whether you follow religion, you criticize religion, everybody wish to have a long life. Even though, like 90 years, 100 years, the person cannot see, cannot hear, cannot eat, cannot think. Still, the person wish to have a long life. Therefore, everybody think that these four things are appealing, single out, valuable, pleasant, highly appreciated. Four things. We must have these four things. Must have a healthy life, good health, always be, youthful, have a prosperity, have a long life. These four things, everybody desire about these four things. There's nothing wrong to wish to have these four things. But the opposite, what Buddha said, the first one, monks, good health is appealing, single out, considered valuable, pleasant, and highly appreciated by everyone. Good health, however, ends with sickness. Therefore, the good health ends or destroys by sickness. Monks, sickness is neither appealing nor is singled out, considered valuable, pleasant, highly appreciated by anyone. Right? Good health is appealing, valuable, appreciated, is good things. Everybody, but sickness and the health. Healthy, right? Health. Sickness. So today I thought it is important to, we discuss about sickness. Most of sickness we have, almost 90% sickness we have due to our daily habits, due to not take care or drink our food, our daily activities. So in order to have a healthy life, good health, we always have to be very careful what we eat, what we drink, how much we rest, how much we must be busy. This morning, I was at the coffee shop. Then I reflected about life. Almost average people this time, they never think the meaning of life until 60, around 60. Until 60 years, we totally busy. We never think happy life, healthy life, peaceful life. We totally busy with our daily activities. For the 60 years, we get angry, attachment, desire, hatred, ego, all the negative thoughts we have accumulated for the 60 years. When we reach to 60 plus, then we thought, oh, I'm not happy at all for last 60 years because of the accumulation of the negative thoughts. We get angry, we let angry arise. We have a attachment, we let attachment arise. We have a ego, we let ego arise. We never try to control the negative thoughts. Therefore, for the long accumulation of negative thoughts, we've noticed, we realize I'm not happy. Then suddenly we try to practice Dharma, we cannot. Number one. Number two, when we reach to 60, over 60, then we have a lot of health problems. Sugars, diabetes problem, kidneys problem, liver problem, heart problems, like joint problems. We have all kinds of problems because we have been damaging our physical body for the 60 years. We didn't take care proper our body. We just been busy. We have been eating and drinking all the healthy things, unhealthy things. Therefore, when we reach to 60 plus 60, we notice so many problems. We try to fix the problem, not easy at all. Therefore, it's a very really sickness can have 90% sickness we have because our habits for eating and drink. We need to take rest, but we didn't take enough resting. We have to eat, the moderate food and drink, but we didn't moderate. That's why we have all kinds of sickness. Then somebody has a lot of misunderstanding. When they have a sickness or problem, they thought, oh, what happened to me? Then they, visit temples, meeting like a, feng shui person, or like a Rinpoche Lama. Then they say, oh, you have this problem because you have previous karma, you have negative karma, or spirits, or ghosts. They scare you. Also, you believe, I'm sick, I cannot sleep well, I have a lot of disturbance in my mind because of the spirit, because of the ghosts, because of my previous karma. Yes, there's a little bit link with the karma, but mostly you've been very careless for many years. Therefore, most of sickness have nothing to do with the negative karmas or previous karma or spirit or ghosts, mainly about your food and drink. Then maybe 10% sickness linked with your previous karma, linked with a certain, the outer conditions like a naga or spirit, hungry ghost. Maybe only 10%. But we opposite. We told 90% I'm sick because of the negative karma, because of the spirit, because of the ghost, so and so and so and so. Only we believe, the 10% is opposite. We thought 10% due to food and drink. Actually, it's opposite. 10% of sickness or karma, or maybe spirit or ghost or whatever, 90% for our drink and eating, or careless our life. So we should not think this way, sickness. Then second one, youth. Youth is appealing, single out, valuable, pleasant, highly appreciated by everyone. However, and with the aging of the body. The youth ends with the aging of the body. So this one, everybody, also we need to explain, your children, your friends, a relative who are maybe like a 20, 30, 40 years old. We must teach. It is nothing wrong with the, wish to be youthful. But we never be youthful forever because of the aging of body. We cannot stop aging our body. Doesn't matter how much you try. Therefore, many people, many youngsters very upset when they see, the aging, having wrinkle, having like for me, like a red. You can see what color hair grows. When they see this thing, they feel very upset. Therefore, they spend a lot of money to solve this problem. Doesn't matter how much money you spend, you cannot stop, aging your body. Therefore, if we realize in advance, when we see the wrinkles, here we have a lot of gray colors, hair, white colors, or your body become weaker, you never feel upset because you knew the youth ends aging of your body. The fourth, the prosperity is appealing, single out, considered valuable, pleasant, highly appreciated by everyone. Prosperity, however, ends with the decline. Become someone is very rich, then the wealth, the prosperity going to decline. So if you are rich today, you should not think you are rich forever. Or your parent is rich, you should not think I can be rich for all my life. Therefore, I think there's a saying, the prosperity can last only 3 generations. If you are very, very rich, very wealthy, highly wealthy family, the prosperity only lasts for 3 generations. The first generation put a lot of effort, collect all the prosperity. You can see, you can see many of your friends, uncle, auntie, is like like 60 years or 80 years old. They have a lot of money, but they always put the money in bank. They always wear very simple clothes, eat very simple food, very unhealthy food. There's nothing wrong with wearing simple clothes. Nothing wrong with eating simple food. But here's you can see the problem. They have everything, they have so many things, but they don't want to use because of the attachment, because of the the grasping. They don't want to decline the money, the prosperity. Then second generation comes. Then the parents very happy to have a like a next generation. Then they treat as a king, princess. When they are little boys and girls, we treat very well. Then we spoil their life. When they grow up, they know how to spend the parents' wealth, money. They know how to spend. They don't know how to accumulate, how to save. Right? Then almost 70% or 80% prosperity finish second generation. Then the third generation have just little, but they say, oh, my grandparents, my parents are very wealthy, but I don't have much. Therefore, the prosperity ends, decline. Also, name and fame have a certain limitation. If you are very famous, you can be famous for certain years. Then your fame is going to decline. Therefore, I think last year or this year, there's some news, right? One of the celebrities, she stole like money from some of her friends. You can see the fame and name can last certain years, then to go into declines. So the prosperity ends, decline. Then amongst the decline of the prosperity is neither appealing nor singled out nor considered valuable, pleasant, or highly appreciated by anyone. The fourth, life. Monks, life is appealing, singled out, considered valuable, pleasant, and highly appreciated by everyone. Life, however, ends in the death. Therefore, we no need to explain. Life ends because of death. Nobody wants to die, but the death will come anytime, come everybody. Therefore, even though some of you are like 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, we really need to do well preparation, prepare well about your death. How we should prepare? If you have let's say, if you have $100 in your bank, you must leave certain, amount for your relatives and friends and family. Certain amount you must prepare for your next life. How? Therefore, recently I saw there's a, very like a joking kind of things. There was a very rich man, very rich man. And he always asking all the workers who work for him, he said, I have a lot of money. How I should bring all my money with me when I go to heaven, when I go to Pure Land. Right? Then one of the workers said, if you want to bring all your wealth, money, prosperity with you when you go to Pure Land, when you go to next life, you need to open a virtuous bank account. A virtuous bank account. Right? So when you do your things for virtuous action to benefit other, means still you look like you are opening a bank account for your next life, after next life, until you are Buddha. Therefore, you can see the life and with the death, the prosperity, and with the decline. The death comes. When the death comes, right, I said, we need to prepare well. Otherwise, someone pass away without, doing proper, living proper life, then rest of the relatives always fighting, always arguing about their wealth. Then somehow they share the wealth, quite reasonable way, or you can have a $10, you can have a $8, you can have a $5, but they're still not happy. Why he have a $10? Why have a $8? Why he has a $8? Why have a $5? Whole life, the relatives and friends and families, fighting about the, wealth. Therefore, we have to do proper, preparation for death. So today, for you kind of new lesson, the four, right? Four things: health, youth, prosperity, and life. These four. And the health and by sickness. The youth ends aging of your body. The prosperity ends with the decline. Life ends with the death. But we always very happy, wish to have other four things, but we never meditate, we never contemplate who's going to destroy the four things. Particularly, always need to remember death. When you remember death all the time, you no need to scare about death. Anyway, death will come. You scare or you are not scaring, death will come. When the death comes, we must have a strong confidence. Oh, I'm going to die today. I'm going to die tomorrow. I've prepared well. I've well prepared. Because in many years, I've been practicing the pure 10 virtues action, renunciation, bodhicitta with the wisdom. Also, whatever I have, I properly share with everybody. So while you are dying, you're dying with a peace of mind, dying happily. So this day, now I think everybody know very well how it looks like India. India is totally, in control the virus. There's a very interesting real, story happening in hospital. There was an 84 years old man who got the bed with the oxygen. 84 years old man was in the hospital. He is okay because he got the bed, he got the oxygen. Then suddenly there was a couple came and husband was sick. And the wife was really begging to the doctor to give a bed oxygen because there's other few beds for reserved for the VIP. The doctor totally reject, say those beds for the VIP, we cannot give you. We don't have any bed and oxygen. Please, you leave this hospital. Then the 84 years old man say, please can you, the 84 years old man asked, his son-in-law, please, invite, call my daughter. And then when the daughter comes, the 84-year-old man say, anyway, I'm already 84 years old. Maybe I have another maybe 2 or 3 years. Anyway, I'm going to die very soon. Therefore, I will offer my bed and oxygen to these young men who are 40 years old. So he wrote a letter to the doctor. I am willingly, happily, leaving this bed and oxygen for this 40 years old man because I'm 84 years old. He's 40 years old. He is the future of India. Look at this 84 years and has a very pure kind of mind to benefit for this person. Therefore, life ends with the death. Therefore, if you always do good things, when the death comes, instead of you are worrying in a sadness, you feel very happy because you prepare well. For example, you have an old house, doesn't have a proper good condition. Look like you are moving new house, which has all the necessary condition. So therefore, if you do good practice in daily life, when the death comes, you're very much happy to leave this world because you are very confident you can have a better life, happy life, another good life. Therefore, we need to do well preparation of our death. So the new, so we have I think 10 minutes. Sentence number 7. Facing paintings, statues, and so forth of the completely enlightened one, reliquaries, and the excellent teachings. So you need to set up the altar very simple way. If you have a place, if you have enough things to set up, you must do the proper altar. Because sometimes there's a problem. We always say, okay, try to be simple. Then, when we make offering to the Buddha or Dharma Sangha, we have a very simple offerings. Very simple. But when we order our breakfast, lunch, dinner, we order, luxury breakfast and dinner is not fair. If you don't have, then don't worry. Just offer very simple thing according to your ability. If you already have enough to offer much better, still you try to offer simple things, that means you are really, stingy, making offerings. Therefore, offer flowers, incense, whatever you have. The last time I told you, whatever you have. Offering is more important, very important. It depends on your motivation. With the 7-part offerings for the prayer of the noble conduct, with the thoughts. So when you set up the offerings, when you set up the altar, Buddha in the teaching and the stupa, then with the thoughts, you must have a thoughts, never to turn back till you gain ultimate enlightenment. Then you take refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha until I become Buddha. I never, change. I never give up taking refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Because many people totally give up taking refuge Buddha, Dharma, Sangha when they have, the samsaric problems, problem with the families, problem with the husband and wife. This is why I told you the story. Therefore, never to turn back till you gain ultimate enlightenment. And with a strong faith in the three jewels, kneeling with one knee on the ground and your hand pressed together, first of all, take refuge 3 times. So when you open your eyes in the morning, just fold your hands together, take refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha 3 times in the morning, 3 times afternoon, 3 times in the evening. If you are busy, you must do 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening. Morning, generate proper motivation. Evening, do the proper appreciation, proper dedication, proper rejoicing. Then sentence number 10. Next, beginning with an attitude of love for all living creatures. Until the 10 is a common practice for the 3 beings. Next, beginning with the attitude of love for all living creatures. Consider beings, excluding none, suffering in the 3 bad rebirths, suffering birth, death, and so forth. That means certainly you need to cultivate pure love towards all sentient beings. Then consider beings, excluding none. You must have a love and compassion towards everybody. You should not exclude anybody. When you exclude one person, one sentient being, then your love, compassion cannot be very complete, cannot be very pure, right? Therefore, when you practice Mahayana, first, pure love, pure compassion towards all sentient beings. We should not exclude any sentient beings, anybody. Now, then you need to reflect suffering in the 3 bad rebirth. That's generate love, compassion towards the 3 lower realms. Love, compassion. Then second, you need to cultivate love, compassion towards the being in the higher realms. Particularly, you need to reflect suffering of birth, suffering of death, and so forth. So without understanding of sufferings, without contemplate on suffering, you cannot really cultivate love and compassion. Therefore is mentioned suffering here. Then sentence number 11. Then, since you want to free these beings from the suffering of pain, from suffering and the cause of suffering, arose immeasurable resolve to attain enlightenment. So when you reflect on the suffering of all sentient beings, then certainly you are able to practice the 4 immeasurable love and kindness, then compassion, then great blissness, then equanimity. So you must see, in order to practice compassion, you need to reflect, you need to contemplate on the sufferings. in order to practice the four immeasurable practices, also you need to reflect about the sufferings. For example, when you see your friend is, in problems, sufferings, suddenly you have a sense of love, you have a kindness, you have a compassion, you're able to bear any kinds of problem to able to your friend free from sufferings. Therefore, in order to develop love and compassion, we always need to reflect, always need to contemplate on the sufferings. Therefore, then, since you want to free those beings from suffering or pains, from suffering and the cause of suffering, arose immeasurable resolve to attain enlightenment. Then number 12, the quality of developing such as aspiration are fully explained by Maitreya in the Arya Trunk Sutra. Then how we should practice the pure love for immeasurable to all sentient beings. We need to study the aspiration are fully explained the Maitreya and the Arya of Trunk Sutra. So today we can stop here. So until next class, please everybody do meditation, which is explained this morning. First the breathing meditation. They need to realize you are very lucky. I should not want to waste my energy and time. I must do something which is meaningful. If you do meaningful, only your friends and family we not consider is a very meaningful, still good. Then, in order to, do the meaningful things, wish to be Buddha. Then do 3-time prostration. Then take refuge. Then meditate on the Four Noble Truths, link with the 12 independence, and practice the 10 virtuous actions. Then particularly visualize Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and have a commitment to relieve all sentient beings from suffering, provide all the necessary happiness for all sentient beings. So since today, until I become Buddha, I will take refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. I never give up, taking refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha with any conditions. Because when you are very happy, when we are very happy, we forgot the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, bodhicitta, no compassion, no love, no Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. You are very happy, no good. When you are very problems, a lot of suffering, also we forgot Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, taking refuge. Therefore, any condition, any situation, I'm not going to give up taking refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Then slowly, then you change your mind to generate pure love for immeasurable in order to be Buddha. Then since this class, so we mainly focus on practicing the Mahayana path. Okay, I share the paragraph about generating bodhicitta, so you can save, and every day morning you recite these verses for generating bodhicitta. If you have a book, a commentary on the awakening mind, so if you have a book. Okay, I don't think if there's any question. So again, really, everybody try to be more serious about your daily study and practice. So in our life, the problem and sufferings always with us. It's up to you. You can look as a sufferings and problems. You can look as a opportunity to practice Dharma, practice love and compassion. If you look at the suffering as a real suffering and problems, difficulties, if you just thinking or looking as a difficulties problem, then you cannot solve the problems. If you consider these problems, these sufferings, these unpleasant things as a opportunity to able to know more closely, to able to transform this problem in Dharma, then the more problem come, your practice become much better. So therefore, everybody look more wisely and see as a sufferings. Don't be upset and unhappy. Think how to overcome. When you think about how to overcome, you have to be very realistic person. You have to be very logical person. The problem, suffering we have, if you think it can be solved very simply, easily, that means you are not realistic person. You don't have a logical thinking. The problem, suffering I have, I must solve the problem, but I need a patience. I need a time how to overcome and put the right amount of effort. If you put a lot of effort today, not tomorrow, you cannot solve the problem. If you put a lot of effort this year, not next year, again, you cannot solve the problem. Therefore, be patient, put the right effort. Also, you need a rest in between. Should not just be very extreme. And up to you, the problem is a problem. The problem is an opportunity. So lives in our life, problems, sufferings, difficulties always there. It's up to you. You just look at the sufferings and just be unhappy. You look at the suffering and you how to overcome the problem and suffering. It's up to you. It's much better to see as a problem, see as a sufferings, and think how I should overcome with the kind of peaceful mind, happy mind, without having any agitation, without having any kind of depression. So thank you so much for attending the class.
Yeah, Geshe Lord, I hear there's one question. What is my karma if I choose not to take COVID-19 jab?
I think many people, of course, right now we are in kind of internet era, so we are in the 21st century, so you can see all kinds of news and comments about the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. When we listen the negative consequences of the vaccine, then suddenly we thought, I don't want to take. Because in Europe, in America, in India, someone pass away, someone faint, someone become sudden kind of problems. Of course, we have more than 7 billion human beings. Certain kind of vaccine cannot be good for everybody. If you give up the good vaccine for everybody, definitely few hundred people will die. So we should not just only listen the negative news, also must listen the positive views. So if you want to be, have a long life, I think it's better to take the vaccine. Even though, few days you have a sickness, maybe 1 year you can have a bit, uneasiness. After 1 year, you become more strong. You have a, good protection, which is protect from COVID. In India, the many doctors and nurses who already has taken the 3 rounds the injection, they also affected. When they check the lungs is much clearer. It has a less kind of problem. When light fever, little difficult to breathe compared with without taking the things. I think whoever haven't taken, better to take the vaccine. If you're not taking the vaccine, there's no karma. It's just a neutral. Taking vaccine is not the positive action. Not taking vaccine is the negative action. You're not going to accumulate any kind of karma. So now it's 11:30. So thank you so much for attending the class. And I really hope all of you have a happy Sunday. So before we, ending the class, we do the proper dedication or proper dedicated merit for becoming Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. And dedicated merit for having, the right understanding of Dharma to able to practice the Dharma without having any hindrances. At the end, we dedicate a merit for world peace in all countries, and wish all sentient beings, particularly all human beings, free from the COVID-19. Chanjo Sanjo Rinpoche, Maye Banang Gyoje, Gewa Nyamba Mebo, Kone Kondo Bewa, Jo, and Jiden Yambe, Gekam Damje, Mingne Chune, Zaser Zaten, so Matu Muke, Guba Gunjin, Sirene de Yedambar Show. Okay, thank you so much. Have a happy Sunday.